right, welcome. Today's video topic is solving proportional equations. So when we're talking about solving proportional equations, these are things that are going to look like fractions that are equal to each other. So just like if we were solving fractions that were equal to each other or proportions, we're going to do the same thing here. First step is cross multiply. So you'll see right here cross multiplying. You would multiply A times D and B times C. Now sometimes this might require you to then distribute, if possible, and you'll see 2, 3, and 4 are requiring us to distribute. And then finally, once you're there, it should just look like a multi-step equation you're just going to solve. So let's take a look here at number 1. Number 1 is a very basic one. So I'm going to do 4 times 6, that's 24. And then 3 times x is just 3x. Again, just solve like you normally would. So x is already by itself, so I'm going to divide by 3, which gives me a final answer of x equals 8. All right, let's take a look at number 2. This one allows us, or is required, to distribute. So 10 times 4, that's going to be 40. 2 times n minus 5. Now here I'm just going to leave it as 2 parentheses n plus 5. Now, like I said before, some of them you will require to be distributing. So here's an example of one that you will need to do that. So I'm going to distribute that 2 inside. So that gives me 40 equals 2n plus 10. Solving it just as a two-step equation, adding and subtracting first, then multiplying and dividing. So I'm going to minus 10 from both sides. That gives me 30 equals 2n. N is being multiplied, so the opposite is dividing by 2. So that gives me n equals 15. All right, let's look at a little bit more tricky one. Okay, now this one's going to introduce two variables. So again, 2 times y is 2y. Okay, this one again I'm required to distribute, so 5 parentheses y minus 3. So I'm going to take that 5 and distribute it to everybody on the inside. So that gives me 2y equals 5y minus 15. Now one option you can do here is you can add 15, then minus your 2y, or you can go ahead and just minus your 5y over. I'm going to minus my 5y over. Both should give you the same answer. 2y minus 5y is negative 3y equals negative 15. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. That gives me y equals 5. Remember, those two negatives will cancel out. Now our last example here is one where we are going to have to distribute twice. So here I distribute, and here I'm going to distribute. So let's do our 3 parentheses k plus 9, and that will be equal to 5 parentheses 2k minus 3. Okay, so let's distribute our 3 first. So that gives me 3k plus 27 equals, and again take my 5 and distribute it. So that gives me 10k minus 15. Okay, so I'm going to move my smaller k, so I'm going to minus 3k to both sides. That gives me 27 equals 7k minus 15. Add 15 to both sides. So that gives me 42 equal to 7k. Divide by 7 on both sides. So that gives me k equals 6. Okay, I'm going to zoom out here. I've got the answers for the bottom 3. For number 1, it's x equals 6. 2, p equals 3. 3 is w equals 4. 4 is n equals negative 2. 5 is a equals negative 9. And 6, f equals 13. So as you run through those on your own, if you've got questions, come see me and let's arrange a time to Zoom. Please do the assignment listed above in Big Ideas. Have a great day.